Part 61, Music to Everyone's Ears. Listen to a part of the sayings from the book Narrations from the Cosmos, on the topic Music to Everyone's Ears, by Miodrag Alexic, who for years collected unpublished sayings from Dr. Lubisha Stojanovich's seminars, who again received all of the above from the superintelligent energies of the cosmos in deep meditation. The energy cloud told me 15 years ago, everything you say must be music to everyone's ears. So, I can't drive out, prove, convince, make fools of other people because they don't think like me. It can't be done that way, because by doing so, I reject the listeners, 'cause indignation, revolt of the interlocutor due to my unwillingness to present what is positive, although perhaps the interlocutor does not understand it, does not accept it, is not ready to accept it. But a way must be found to convey this to him without causing him to hate and reject you, and that, as the energy cloud says, is the quality of a sage. Any fool can tell you the truth to your face, say something he's up to, and then you have an argument and that's the end. So, there are very few of us and spiritual energy on this seminar, on the participants of the seminar. We have no idea how lonely we are, how few of us there are who know the basics of the sacred knowledge. You all know the basics, and some know much more. There are a lot of people who attended this seminar and then left it. First of all, that's how I got from spiritual energies, because in spiritual development we don't have steps like in material development, primary school, then high school, then university, then a doctorate. What encourages you to progress? It is clear because you got a diploma on paper. You are so and you can pretend to be important in front of your neighbors. And here you have nothing to pretend to be important, because spiritual development is your inner quality that is difficult to recognize in people around you who are against the way you think. And that is the biggest problem. In one period, you were all crazy about the number of meditations, the path to enlightenment. I do 9 meditations, how many do you do? It was a competition and that's not good. People constantly want to prove themselves that they are better than others, and spiritual energies say that development is independent. It doesn't matter if the person next to me is a genius, a saint or an outlaw, what matters is what I am like. So, we don't develop by comparing ourselves to others, what others are like, that doesn't matter at all. What constitutes our spiritual development is what is in us, what we have created, not what other people have created, so we are better or worse than them. Well, there is no comparison, they can be whatever they want, we need to improve. The spiritual energies say, after death, a man is worth as much as he managed to develop spiritually during his life. So, its quality after death in the sanctuary, where our souls go, depends on our spiritual development during our life. Or, if a person has developed enough, he will not go to the sanctuary, he will become active, he will help the energies in the cosmos, he will have specific tasks, he will not play chess and dominoes there as a retired person. Those who have developed the most, none of them will you find in the sanctuary. They are officers, they work, and they have their tasks that they perform. In the sanctuary it would be a shame if they were. It's wonderful there, but it's a retirement job, it lasts 30,000 years, and sometimes even shorter, but that's just one pleasure. However, in order for as many people as possible to be happy during their lives while they have a material body, we need as many of these spiritually developed people as possible, both in the cosmos and on Earth, because they do something that improves the entire human race. They don't sit there in the sanctuary because everything would stop. My luminous bodies have been mature for 10 years and as a rule they should be in the place of power after my physical death, because this is normal for all enlightened ones whose luminous bodies have matured. There are enlightened ones whose luminous bodies have not matured, they return and get a new human embryo and start all over again. The energy cloud once told me what my future tasks in the cosmos are. Your luminous bodies have been performing tasks related to the human race for a long time. Both your first and second luminous body go into the past of the human race, they change the past to make the present better, and the future even better. So, it is a pioneering but masterful work. They cannot, for example, change that Napoleon defeats the English. They cannot do that because these are big interventions, and luminous bodies are masters, not generals of the cosmos. Luminous bodies are masters and perform small tasks useful for the Creator and for the entire cosmos. They didn't tell me exactly what my luminous bodies do, I probably don't need to know, I don't need to know, but they work non-stop, they don't rest, no spiritual energy takes a break, it doesn't rest, it doesn't sleep, it just works. Luminous bodies go into the past, do something, make changes, let's say, to make a person better, some obstacles are removed, what luminous bodies can do but material things cannot. Let's say, you build a house, and they change your house, it's not about that. These are some spiritual things that luminous bodies have done with these people in the past, in their time, and with that work done, these people are better, more efficient, or have more love, humanity. And then that is passed on to the next generation, and these positive trends are passed on to this day. So, thanks to the action of my luminous bodies and others, of course they are not mine alone, today is better thanks to the action in the past. And since today is better, the future must be better. So, those are the chances of your luminous bodies if you evolve to enlightenment, and that's not that far at all, you know. It does not depend on what we think about ourselves, but what the spiritual energies think about us, and that is different. Because the spiritual energies are objective, and we are subjective. What I wanted to say is that everything we do is a long-term research and painstaking work where you have to do a lot of work, research, and help others, and this improves the situation bit by bit, millimeter by millimeter. People often come to me to ask me what it is that they saw in meditation. When I saw something in meditation 20 years ago, I didn't go to Pero and Yanko to ask what it was that I saw, but I tried to conclude by myself, to come to that conclusion, so I usually missed, I didn't understand well or partially I did, so the next time I understood better, so my knowledge started to build up until the moment when the spiritual energies came to me, until the energy cloud came to me. And then it started lecturing me and there was a lot of knowledge every day. And you have to get there, you have to fight your way there, maybe you won't reach a conclusion, but if you don't research, you won't develop either. The time has come, you have grown up, and there are some of you who have been coming here for 5 or 10 years and have heard a lot of sacred knowledge, accepted it, experienced energy sessions. Many of you start doing some sessions on your own and some succeed and some fail, that's normal. It is necessary that you think about this, that you start to deal with this a little, so that when you leave here, you don't forget that you were at the seminar. If there is something that you have come up with on your own that is interesting, sit alone in a room in peace, close your eyes and think about that phenomenon, what you saw, what was beautiful or interesting to you, it may bring you, while you are still, some new knowledge, it is a kind of meditation. So, I want to direct you in this direction, you have been enough listeners, start being researchers, start researching, to draw conclusions about sacred knowledge, and not just hear it, and it's a done deal. Because with that, there will be dozens, and maybe even hundreds, of us who will create, draw conclusions, assumptions, start doing something, because not only the planet and the human race, but the cosmos is waiting for our help. We are programmed to be able to develop, but from programming to development there is a long way. Something that is programmed cannot develop automatically, it has to cross the road. That path is, among others, this seminar, The Path to Enlightenment, which introduces you to these possibilities in a school-like way. So, you can't go astray or get hurt here. Of course, anyone who starts practicing black magic, who uses everything he has learned to harm his neighbor, that is a disaster. The spiritual energies do not accept that, and he who does this will find it difficult to become enlightened. The treasury of sacred knowledge is grateful for your interest and sends you a lot of spiritual patience and love.